Oikos Ministry Messages, inspired by the Lord and written by Missy Wood. Can you tell us how this book came about, this one that you've written?
During ministry, as you were sharing, illustrations and pictures would come to me, and so that I could share and impart a different slant on the principle that was being spoken. And those illustrations were supportive and helpful for the gathered ladies. And so after the ministry ended, they would ask me if I had that story written down somewhere or where I had got it from, or so that they could share it with their family or their friends.
They wanted to take it home with them,
Yes.
basically. Yeah.
So I said, well, I don't have it anyway, because that just came to me during the session, and I shared it because it became something God prompted. So this continued to happen, and so eventually I decided I will compile them into a little book, which was something that was a little bit of a struggle, because it was something that had happened during ministry, and so to try to retrieve those stories now and put them into a written format was something that I really had to seek the Lord on and ask Him to re-inspire and prompt.
So that's why you've entitled it here, Inspired by the Lord and written by Missy Wood. I'd like to bring reference to a couple of the short stories. This particular one, The Porcelain Doll, that was more of an experience of you having a little friend that was like a rag doll and would bounce around all over the place. And you were used to being much more delicate and fragile with your chronic illness. And so you did a comparison between the two.
Yes.
And the lesson that you had learned from the Lord through that, and Him making you uniquely as you are. And then others were, for example, The Rose Garden. You know, that was the story that came to you through ministry, wasn't it? With the thorns on the roses.
But when I went to write it, infusion of a story that you had shared with us, relating to you and your grandfather, came in as well. And so, they glean stories from experience and from family history, as well as God inspiration.
So each one of them holds a message that's other moms have found to be of value that they can use in their own parenting or their own mothering, or to help encourage their children with a certain principle or moral that they would like to teach them.
Yes.
So yes, that's how we found them to be very helpful. Well, actually the testimony of others that have read them to tell us how helpful that has been to their lives. So we hope that you too can enjoy the little stories here in the Oikos Ministry Messages, inspired by the Lord and written by Missy.